Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I got a Gears of War 3 gameplay for you. This wasn't a super good gameplay. It was one of my first games coming back to even playing the game, so you're going to see my sniper shots are a little shaky, but I get some decent shots in here, and I think I end up with a decent score. So I just want this up here for your eyes because I want to talk about something a little irrelevant to the gameplay. What I want to talk about is something that happened this past week with a girl that a lot of me and my friends knew over the internet, and I want to talk about how it's kind of becoming something very common over the internet and why you guys have to be careful with who you're talking to. So there's this show out on MTV now called Catfish, and I guess catfish is the new term used for people basically getting into a relationship with somebody over the internet, and it turns out that the person that they're talking to for a very long time isn't the person who they think they're talking to. It's somebody else with a different name. You know, they have a fake Facebook profile with different pictures on it, then like basically stealing pictures from a different person and pretending that they are that person. And that, I think that's what's happening in about 90% of the episodes that are going on right now. It ends up being people that are totally different than the people that they're pretending to be. And it's very easy to do that these days with the technology that we have with, Facebook and Twitter and all these social media websites that make it very easy to take pictures from other people's profiles and pass it on as your own, because that person out there, she doesn't know that somebody is taking her pictures. She's not going to go Google search her pictures because she probably doesn't even know that that's possible. Some people don't really know that stuff. So what happened was there was this girl. I'm not going to mention names. It's very irrelevant to the story. I just want to talk about it. So anyways, there's this girl who we were all cool with, me and Girl Poison and a bunch of other people that I know were cool with this girl, and she used to do live streaming on Twitch. She had a YouTube page, and she had a Twitter with like 13,000 followers, something like that. And it turned out a couple of weeks ago she deleted everything she had, and that was because people found out that she was taking pictures from this other girl who lived in a different part of the United States, and she was basically passing it on and claiming that she was that girl and with a different name, And I just thought it was kind of funny because watching this show that's going on MTV, it was funny to see it happen in person. I've seen that happen in person before, but this was the first time that I was actually tricked. I mean, of course I didn't have like a relationship with her over the internet, because I personally don't do that, because there's a couple of reasons. Like, there's some people who date over the internet or whatever, because they catch feelings for somebody that they're talking to. They feel a connection and personality. But the reason I don't do it is because 90% of the time girls are not going to be faithful or truthful to you over the internet when you're not there in person. Now, I'm not saying that for everyone, but for most of the time, in my opinion. So that's why I don't do the whole online thing. I always need like a girlfriend there when I'm dating somebody, because that's the point of it. But it does work out for some people. Sometimes online relationships can develop into something that's great that you couldn't find with people that live around you. So but you have to be careful. You have to make sure that you see them on Facecam. You have to make sure that they're talking directly to you, because this girl never had a Facecam when she was streaming. She was just always had thousands and thousands of pictures on Twitter, on Facebook, and it turned out not to be her. She was taking pictures from this other girl, and she got caught doing it. And I think that's wrong, to pretend you're somebody that you're not, because even if you're not happy with yourself, there's ways to change that. Like, if you feel like you're overweight or you feel like you're underweight, you can hit the gym. You can work your way towards being how you want to be, and you should be very secure of yourself no matter what the circumstances are. It should never get to a point where you feel like you have to live your life through somebody else who you aren't, because you're not only lying to yourself, but you're lying to the people around you, and that's wrong. It's wrong to do. And this girl had people paying for her. Like this one dude, I don't know how it happened, but he ended up paying for her computer because she thought she was this other girl. This other girl that she used the pictures from was very, very pretty. Very like she was a dime piece pretty much. So a lot of dudes were doing stuff for her, and I understand that like you should never do something over the internet for people that you don't know just because you think they're attractive. But people did it, and she was basically lying to them and scamming money off them, and that's wrong in my opinion. And you know, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world. You know, you don't think I want to be like 260 pounds of pure muscle, like huge jacked guy. Of course I do, but that doesn't mean I go on to Facebook and pretend I'm somebody else. I don't go on to Google and find some jacked dude who does modeling or something like that, or lifting, whatever, and pretend that I'm that person. Like, I got my dad's big ass Italian nose, you know. I only weigh 55 pounds, something like that. And I'm not completely secure with who I am, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go and pretend that I'm somebody that I'm not. And, you know, I just think that's wrong. And you guys have to be careful out there with how the internet is these days to make sure that you're talking to the person that you really think you're talking to, because, you know, people are going to extreme extents to basically trick people into thinking they're somebody. She had a profile for her mom. She had a profile for her sister that talked to one of my friends. Like, that's some extreme stuff, and that's the extent that they're going to on these shows as well. This one girl, I watched it about 2 weeks ago when my friends were over from Connecticut. This girl admitted to having over 1,000 different profiles. That's crazy. 1,000 different fake profiles. That's insane. So I think what people do is they get addicted to being somebody that they always wanted to be, but we can't always be who we want to be. You know, I just believe that be true to yourself. Be who you are, and people will like you for your personality. There's no reason to pretend you're somebody that you aren't, because you end up wasting your entire life living through somebody else. And I think it gets to a certain point where like they actually believe they're that person because they spend so much time pretending to be that person, and that's not right. That girl shouldn't have done that, and it was pretty crazy to think you know somebody for such a long time and then end up having it be somebody else. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys had any experiences like this where you were talking to somebody and they ended up being somebody that you thought they weren't. I guess I think I mixed my words up right there. But anyways, this gameplay is coming to an end. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, and I'm going to replay the end of this video after the commentary is done because I want you guys to hear this rage that I heard at the end of this game. It was pretty funny. I think it's probably better than my rages. Yeah, guys, so I want this to be a kind of comment section thing where you guys discuss between yourselves about situations that you've had like this. Like I said, it's kind of different because it's not like I got screwed over because I wasn't like dating the girl. I just knew who she was. But I'm sure some of you out there have been through situations like this, and with the internet being so open to basically lying, it's just easy to get caught and things like this. So anyways, I've been Like Butter, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take it easy, guys.
Man, I'm not going fucking negative! So over this game, dude. I was like in an okay mood. Now I'm gonna go to sleep fucking pissed off. It's literally ruined my whole fucking day. Fuck you! Game's such bullshit! Yeah, you guys are gonna keep fucking losing. Quit. Fucking quit. Like, you have not won one fucking time.